Good afternoon, everyone. OWASP Patna team welcomes you to our today's session on understanding and exploiting JWT attacks. Today we have with us Vishal Sharma, where he will be explaining JWT basics all the way through advanced vulnerabilities and ways to exploit them. Hi, Vishal. Welcome to OWASP Patna. We are happy to have you with us.
Thank you, Alia, and whole OWASP team to give me this opportunity, and I'm really grateful for that. So today, let me just start with sharing my screen first, and we will just try to understand from very basics to some intermediate level of JWT attacks that how we can exploit that and what is the potential impact of them, and we will also have a Q&A in the end of the session. Okay, so it is just the quick overview of the whole session, how it is going to be like. So we will just start with the very basics and fundamentals so that everyone can understand what is JWT and what we are already discussing on. So we will just start with the very basics and then we will start with some uh, or like easy level of the JWT vulnerabilities so that it can be explored with someone who don't have any technical background or like maybe developer or someone who have some very basics knowledge of the security from the security point of view. Then we will have a JWT challenge in which I will give you a JWT token, which participants are supposed to like have found some vulnerability or uh, issue in that, which we will discuss in this session itself. And if the whoever will like find the issue will get the 1 month of try hack me subscription for that. And then we will proceed with some intermediate level of vulnerabilities, and we are also going to discuss like which tools and appropriate for testing the vulnerabilities, because there are multiple tools which are being used to test the same tokens and issues. And in the end we will have the Q&A session in which you can ask any question or doubt you have regarding the session or JW related findings. So let me just start with the very basics of the JWT. What is JWT and how it is used? So JWT is JSON Web Token, and for a while just forget about the JSON Web, just focus on the token. So in general, like whenever we go to a restaurant or let's say or parking our bike or something, usually we get a token, and that token gives us some specific privilege. Like after getting a token, we can park our bike or we can take our order, right? So in this sense of the technical aspect, we when we do in the web or API, usually what happen is we get this token so that we can get some specific privilege or some authentication, something related to that. So JWT is JSON Web Token. So in generally, what we used to do is in traditionally, like we used to use session-based management to log the user activities and what action are being allowed to perform by the action users. But as the technology grows, we come up with the new technologies, and JWT is just a new advancement in that. And we will discuss on like how it is somewhat better and why it is being used. JWT is basically divided into the three parts as mentioned over here: header, payload, and signature. And each part is separated by a dot. So what you are seeing here over here is the complete JWT token. And each part like this one, in this one in the green is the header part, which is separated by a dot. Then there is the second part of the JWT token, which is separated by another dot, which is a payload, and the last part, which is the in the end of the token, is the signature part of the token. So each one have their different significance in the JWT token. So like as we see this part, which is the header part, is kind of the metadata about the JWT token. So it will define like in this token specifically, it is defining which algorithm is being used to sign this token and what is the type of algorithm or token. And in the this major second part, which is in between the both two dots, basically define what token actually contain the value. So it could be related to user specific data, or what the privilege that he have. Let's say in this example, it is saying that admin and colon true. So there could be something else like user role equal to colon admin and something similar to that. Or we can add some another specific data which might be required for our website or our specific requirement to which is supposed to be added in the token value. So this is the basically the main data which is related to the user. And last part is the secret which is used to maintain the integrity of this token. So if I will make any changes, then this part will make sure that it should not be like tempered or any changes should not happen to this token if it is like properly implemented in those cases. So as mentioned in the starting that we will start with some very easy to exploit JWT vulnerabilities. So first one is in this we are going to discuss about the 4 vulnerabilities. One is JWT token contains sensitive information. Second one would be server does not correctly validate the JWT token. And third is expired or revoked token is not rejected by the server. And lastly, we will see like it is not like very easy for someone who is very new to security, but still it is very like easy to perform the NAN algorithm, and I will show you live demo of this as well. So let's start with the JWT token contains some sensitive information. So as you can see here, this payload part contains only like very minimal information like name, admin, issued time when it was issued in the payload portion of the application, right? But when we come to the live application, that is not the case. So we got a lot of information in the payload section because application require those claim and information about the user. So I have added a POC. So as you can see, like here we can see the email is being revealed and also the password history is being revealed, which is encoded version, but still it is a password history. So this is kind of information that we can receive in the payload section, which generally like decode our JWT token. One more important thing is like JWT is just encoded, so it is not being encrypted in general. But if it is like only being encoded, then everyone can decode this portion, as we can see over here. So what happen is you can easily see what is the payload part, and if it contains some sensitive information, it could be any NPI data, PII data, personal data, or anything else which is not supposed to be revealed to the public domain. It maybe create some problem for the user as well as for the organization. So this is very easy to find. You just need to like paste your token into the JWT token or JWT.io debugger, and it will show you like decoded value. But the thing is it is not always the case that you will always get like uh, plain text output. So it might be in the output you can get like in this example you are getting some encoded or base64 encoded values, right? So you are supposed to then decode this value as well to get the real values, and you have to be like quite observant about what kind of data might be critical or should not be revealed in the public domain. So this is about what is the sensitive information and how we can check it. Second one is resource server does not correctly validate JWT tokens. So every token have its own expiration time. So currently I'm using an extension which I will discuss to you, but this token basically have ISO time, and if for this to test we are supposed to like use we can use it in the JWT debugger as well, but it will not be like as much easy or to like user friendly. So if you want you can do it over here as well. You can change the value and then uh, sign the algorithm again. But if that's not the case and you are supposed to use the JWT editor or any other extension which you find suitable for uh, testing this finding. So what is you can actually do is you can go to extension tab and you can just type JWT and you will find the JWT editor extension. From there, you can install the JWT editor extension for the burp, and it will show you the another tab which is not required. But in proxy, you will see some request, if you will navigate to any JWT token, it will highlight itself directly into the green one, and then you can send that request to the repeater tab. In the repeater tab, usually you will see only like pretty row and hex, but once you install this JWT token, then you will see another tab option which is JWT token. If you will navigate to it, you can see like for JWS section, and you can edit the values over here and try to change its value to like admin or something, and then you can try to send the value. Okay, so as I mentioned, you are supposed to navigate to the extension tab where you are supposed to search for the JWT, and you will find the JWT editor extension for the burp. Once you install this extension, if you will navigate to any request, logging to the by navigating to the any website which is having the JWT, then it will automatically highlight in the green ones. Then you are supposed to share that request to the repeater tab. In repeater tab, in general, you will see only three options: pretty, row, and hex. And JSON Web Token will added once you will install that extension. Once you add that extension, you can directly edit this value from this payload section and click on send button. It will try to send the edited version of the JWT token. So this is about resource server does not correctly validate JWT token. So in case if application still accept your edited version of the JWT token, then it will be considered like application is not correctly validating what you are passing through your payload section, and it is accepting what you are giving without correctly validating the signature or the integrity of your token. In ideal cases, application should correctly validate the signature part, but if it correctly not validate, then you can report it. Third one is expired or revoked token is not rejected. So expired, every token which is issued by the server has some expiry time as well. So as you can see for this token, this has like 10 March 26 and some time mentioned over here, which is the expiration time for this one, and also the issue time. So if application still accept after the expiration time is already overgone, then application is still accepting the previous token, then it will be under the expired or revoked token is still accepted, whereas the session is expired for that token. Last part finding that we are going to discuss in the easy part is resource server accept the null algorithm or JWT for the JWT. So as you can see over here, this JWT has the algorithm type. So in 2016, around 16, algorithm related attack was discovered in this, which was null algorithm attack. So what researcher does is they change this algorithm HS256 to the null algorithm, and they remove the signature part of the token. So signature part is not present in the token, and then they change the algorithm to the none, and then they send the request to the server. What they observe is that application still accept the token and it validated as a true one, so valid one. So this attack basically bypass the integrity check of the token, and this is the vulnerability which was discovered. And there are four type of actually non-algorithm attack. So if you already install the JWT attack tool in the burp extension, in attack part, you can click on the non-signing algorithm. Once you click on it, you are supposed to select like which four, there are four types of null algorithm. So there, which one you are trying to select to try to attack in this particular request. So once you select one, then you can select this and click on control space, or you can click on send button. It will send this request. If the application accept this one, then it is a vulnerability on the server end, and you can report this as a finding that application is accepting the null algorithm attack and is not correctly validating its signature. As my screen was not being shared, I would like to go through some details again for a while. This is the payload part of the JWT token, and it is in generally you will see like here the values which are encoded in this part, and here you might see any hash value or directly some secret information. We can now move ahead with the challenge time. So I will give you a challenge. JWT token I will send in the chat, and whoever will like give me that flag or value which is supposed to be shared as a secret, so that first one will get the try hack me 1 year month of the subscription. I am sharing the token in the chat. Given it like 2 to 3 minutes it should take to get the flag. Whoever will get it first, please share your email with the team so that we can give you the try hack me subscription for. Seems like Susovan got the flag.
Okay, congratulations, Susovan. Kindly drop your email in the chat.
So as already some of the easy to find JWT finding has been covered, so now we will continue with some little bit advanced. In this series, we will continue with the weak JWT signing key algorithm. So how encryption signing work is that we are supposed to have a secret key for this as well. Application these days have some validation for like at least this long should be the valid secret key, but if you are supposed to like test for the what is the secret key, and if you know the secret key, you can sign any of the JWT token and it will be considered as a valid one, even if it has expired. You can basically issue a new JWT token for the same application if you have the secret key. So if an attacker got this secret key, he can basically control the JWT token, and whichever payload he will or token he will generate, it will be considered as a correct one on the server end. But to check for this, if the application is using a weak secret key, we have two approaches for that. There are third one as well, but currently that is not working. This site used to like check for directly if the token is, and the main issue with that is if you are working on an assessment or like for some specific client or something, it will be an issue for their security as well. So you are supposed to do it host on your own server, and then you can do the thing if it is concerned for the client or someone you are testing it for. But we have some alternate options, so we will go through them. So one we can use is by using the Hashcat, and this is a repository which contain the most of the common JWT secret keys which you can use to as a word list. So this repository you can use, you can clone. The major advantage of this repository related payload is that it has already encoded values of the secret keys. So as you see, like here, the application these days have the limitation like the secret key should be at least 26-bit long. So it also contains those secrets which are encoded and then converted into the 256 or more than that of the size, so that developer use this kind of the secret to generate their token and to easily also remember those. Whereas in general, if you will use the normal dictionary, they will only have the normal password like password is 123 or common ones like administrator or something. So you can use the download this dictionary file and you can use the hashcat to run the command, and it will for the wordless attack. This is the specific command, and if you want to brute force will not easily work if has like more than 9 length of the character. It will not be easy for it will take more than 1 day to crack. So if you have just a normal resource, then please try to stick with the wordless attack because it will complete within like 1 or 2 minutes, and most of the cases if it is easy one, then you will get it in this wordless itself. And another alternate option we can try, it is like quite of an hurdle because you have to download the GitHub word list from the GitHub, and then you are supposed to run the hashcat command and all. So in that case, you can do one thing. JWT attack itself have its word list. What you are supposed to do, you are supposed to just follow the same step that we followed for the excessive or the expired token. Just send it to the repeater. Again, get to the JWT web token tab, in the attacker section, you will see the weak HMAC secret. Click on it because it is currently showing that need HMAC signature to look for the weak secret. So the issue over here is like this signature was not using encoding algorithm, which is vulnerable to this attack. So HS256 is vulnerable, but this algorithm currently we have changed it to none. So that is why it is showing the that this is not this is not the ideal type for this attack. Here we can see like the algorithm is correct to perform this attack. HS256 is vulnerable because it is a symmetric algorithm, and this one is vulnerable to the weak brute forcing type of attack. And if we click on this attack section, HMAX secret key, then it does not show any secret. The reason is the secret key is not that easy to be brute forced by the dictionary is being used by this. So if we change it to the another one which we used for the challenge and change the token to that one, I have intentionally used another secret key. So as you can see, the secret is password at 123. So I have intentionally changed its secret when signing this algorithm to the password at 123. And for this token, it found that the secret was password at 123 by brute forcing this token secret values. After that, you can copy the secret value. You can either use some JWT builder or signing JWT builder you can use. Here you are supposed to just provide your new token and the payload and header value you can adjust as per your application. And if you will then click on the create signing JWT, then it will generate the new token with this key, and it should be accepted on the server end because it has been signed by the new secret which is cracked by you by using the brute forcing method for that token. After that, we have key confusion attack or RS256 to HS256 conversion. Basically, the thing is these two attacks are related to the encryption. So what happened in this attack is the algorithm HS256 is a symmetric algorithm. So which secret key is used to encrypt this algorithm token is also being used to decode or decrypt the this token. Whereas if it would have been the asymmetric algorithm, then it would use a different key for the different to convert it to the plain text, it would use the different key. To convert it to the encrypted text, it would use the different key. So what problem occur with the symmetric algorithm is that it will use the same key. So if we will sign the algorithm in that case, because it was already application was already using the HS256, it will use the same token. In that case, it was vulnerable. But just in case, if we see that application is using RS256, which it was using previously in this token, as you can see. So in that case, we can try for the key confusion attack. Yeah. So to perform this attack, what we are supposed to do is we will first need to navigate to the website or application which you are working upon, and you are supposed to export its certificate. So in the view certificate, here you can download its PM certificate. Once you downloaded this certificate, you can follow the other steps mentioned over here. So you are supposed to use the OpenSSL, which will only run inside your Kali or any other Linux-based operating system, or it will require more setup to perform. And just supposed to give the permission file, and this command it will output with another public key for that particular application which is being used as a secret. So the public key you will get. After that, you are supposed to modify this algorithm which you can do by using the JWT editor as well. As it was RS-256, you can change it to HS-256. After that, you will try to obtain the so you get the public key for that particular application. After that, you are supposed to sign the algorithm using that public key and then submit the token to the server by using that public key. And if it accepts that token, then it will be vulnerable to the pub key confusion attack, and it will be considered another bug, which is as it requires like deeper understanding about the token symmetric asymmetric algorithm and how to download the certificate and public key of that application, then it is kind of like not easy to perform this. Once you are done with all this step, you can submit the token to the server by using the new token, or you can use the JWT builder as well, which I showed you earlier, by using the signing key. And then if you application accept, then it will be considered a issue for that application, and again the attacker can sign any token with the new value, and it will be an issue for the application. Apart from this, there are some other vulnerabilities as well, which do not require that much of technical knowledge, but impact wise they are good. So as you can see, I got an application where application was generating access token for the application via endpoint get WSM token. So on that endpoint, I removed the token value which was present in the request header, and I try to access that endpoint, and it generated a token which was valid for that application. So in that case, what is happening is this endpoint giving us directly the token which is valid for that application and allowing us to perform the action which is only privileged user is supposed to perform. But application is not validating that request has any refresh token or any other information regarding the user which should be to authenticate that user is supposed to get this token or not. So if you will observe the application behavior, then you can find this type of easy finding as well. And impact wise, they are even more critical, as the application you can access every potential post authenticated action you can perform. So impact wise, it is also critical for the application. So yeah, we are done with the go through of this JWT attack and understanding of the JWT application. So if you have any doubt and question, so you can ask it now.
Thank you, Vishal, for the session and a pleasantly surprising giveaway. So, if anyone has questions, you can directly ask Vishal right now. Unmute and directly ask Vishal, or drop in the chat, and Vishal will be taking it forward. So, there is one question in the chat, Vishal. This is by PK.
What would be the impact sensitive data were to be disclosed, given that the token is confidential, secret associated with the user? So basically, let me just repeat the question and understand if it is the correct one or not. So Sushovan is asking like if the token only have the information related to the user only and it get even exposed, then would it be should it be considered an issue or not? Like it only containing the information about the user, and even if it like disclosing in the token, it is only on the user end. So why it should be considered an issue? So the thing is, it also depend upon like where the token is being stored. So if the token is being stored on the, let's say, on the session storage or local storage of the application, then it is vulnerable to the XSS attack. So even if your token get expired, the attacker might not able to like by XSS he will able to access your token once he will like successfully XSS triggered. So in that case, what will happen is attacker will able to see your all the sensitive information which is present in your JWT token. So if application is vulnerable to any cross-site attack, let's say cross-origin related issue is also present in the application, then it is definitely an issue for application. And even if we get revealed for the once time, then it will be always present for that attacker. Whereas he might not be able to issue the token again, but he will get that information for forever.
Okay, there is one more question by PK. So the question is JWT token, does JWT token get expired forcefully after logout, or is it still active after logout till its expiration time?
So that's the thing. Like once the JWT is issued, it is not expired. So that's the main thing. We do not use a session maintenance. Once it is issued, then it is valid for the expire till the expiration time is it is issued for. So you cannot invalidate that session. One thing you can do, just in case, like get to know that your JWT token is breached, you can blacklist those JWT token in case it is like limited numbers or you have that list which tokens are publicly if it get then in that case you can blacklist those JWT tokens. But once the JWT token is issued, it cannot be, even if you log out from the application for the time period, which is what is the expiration time of that JWT token, it should remain active.
There is one more question by Shreya. Can you suggest some practice labs for JWT?
So I would only recommend the Portfigure one. And apart from that, you can use Pentest Lab. They have the authentication authorization related more labs, and they are very like good in that manner as well.
That's great. Any more questions from anybody? Yeah. So Monica is asking, can she get the slides? And I also saw a few people asking about the recording. So stay updated with us, and we will be sharing you the recording for the session. So just a quick update from OWASP Patna side. OWASP Patna is actively looking for volunteers, and interested individuals can apply to our volunteers recruiting program, which will be shared in the chat. And you can also uh, follow us on LinkedIn and join WhatsApp group to stay updated. So once again, congratulations to Susovan on winning the giveaway. And we will share your email ID to Vishal, and you will get it by today itself. Okay. So thank you
And
everyone for joining
yeah.
in. Yeah, please go ahead, Vishal.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being present and engage in this session. And you also like shared the activity, you share the flag that you receive. So being engaged and for being present and active in this session, it means a lot to us. So I just want to thank you all, the whole OWASP Patna team as well. Like they manage everything very well designed manner for me. So it was a really good experience for me as well. So thanks for that to OWASP team as well. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. I think it was a successful session. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us today.